We are so happy to celebrate this incredible recognition.
Bienvenidos a todos, estamos muy contentos de estar aquí hoy para celebrar este increíble reconocimiento.
My name is Mark Thiemig, and I'm with the City of Healdsburg's Community Services team.
Mi nombre es Adi Herrera, soy el miembro del equipo de servicios comunitarios de la ciudad de Healdsburg.
On behalf of the City of Healdsburg and our department, thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the contributions of Mr. Abel DeLuna.
En nombre de la ciudad de Healdsburg y de nuestro equipo del Departamento de Servicios Comunitarios, gracias por acompañarnos hoy en la celebración del señor Abel DeLuna.
We are pleased to introduce Evelyn Mitchell, Mayor of Healdsburg.
Nos complace presentarles a Evelyn Mitchell, alcalde de Healdsburg.
Thank you. This is such a wonderful day, and I'm so honored to be able to welcome you to this event of renaming the community center after Abel DeLuna. I want to introduce my fellow council members, if they could come up here on stage with me as well. Councilmember David Hagley. And Councilmember Ron Edwards. And our Vice Mayor, Chris Herod, will be here later, a little bit later. He's flying in as we speak. And Councilmember Ariel Kelly won't be able to make it today, but she sends her regrets. And I also want to thank others who are here today. We have a number of elected officials from other cities and the county, and we truly appreciate their participating in this event with us. We also have Supervisor James Gore, who will be coming up in a bit. Supervisor Rebecca Hermosillo. We have Ana Luisa Vallejo Barba, the Consul General of Mexico in San Francisco. And Dolores Huertas, Americans labor leader and civil rights activist. Yay! It's such an honor to have her here. And of course, the DeLuna family. And of course, this event doesn't happen with a lot of great support and work. So I want to acknowledge and thank all of the people who have put this together for us today. So the Healdsburg Community Center has long stood as a vital gathering place, a home for recreation, health and wellness services, learning support, and many other community gatherings. It also has served as support for the City of Healdsburg when we've needed it. It served on multiple occasions as a Red Cross disaster shelter during fires and floods. It supported local students during COVID and distance learning. Recently, it's become home to the Healdsburg Mini Library while they're doing their renovations to their main campus in town. It also serves as voting access for our community during the elections. It's a satellite campus, or SRJC, offering English as a second language and computer skills and many other free classes for the community. It is home of Camp HBG, a free summer program for children ages 3 to 11, which is operated in partnership with the Healdsburg School District. It's the home of Building Blocks, a play-based learning preschool program for children ages 3 to 5. It is home to a number of community classes, such as Music Together, Children's Choir, Aikido, and many other recreation and wellness activities. It is also the home to Corazón Healdsburg, a nonprofit who works to bridge the racial and economic divide in Northern Sonoma County by offering programs to improve health and well-being for those living and working in our community. It is the satellite offices for Alliance Medical Center, which aims to enhance the health and well-being of our diverse community through accessible, compassionate, and high-quality healthcare services. It is also the home to the YWCA, a year-round childcare center offering affordable infant, toddler, and preschool care and programs. And it is also the home to our community services team. This is the team that manages day-to-day operations. It's always ready to go big, consistently finds ways to say yes, and who embraces a true community-first mindset. So thank you to them. Finally, it is a home that embodies the values of inclusion, service, and community spirit that define Healdsburg. And so today, we proudly rename this center in honor of Abel de Luna, a man who helped shape the Healdsburg we know and love. Abel de Luna was a respected and influential business and community and civic leader in the 70s and 80s here in Healdsburg. In March 1976, he made history as the first Mexican-American elected to the Healdsburg City Council. And in March 1978, just 2 years later, he became the mayor of Healdsburg. Not only the first Latino mayor of Healdsburg, but the youngest one at the age of 31. His leadership broke barriers and opened doors for future generations. So the possibility of naming this community center after Abel de Luna first came when this city council asked for naming ideas from our community. We received so many heartfelt messages from the community to honor that we should honor Abel de Luna. We were deeply impressed and definitely influenced. Through this process, we all came to understand Mayor de Luna's legacy and his impact on our community. It also became clear that this facility had become an extension of his legacy with the many services it provides to our residents. We are proud to honor a man who led with integrity, passion, a deep love for the city and its people. This renaming represents a continued commitment to the values of Mayor de Luna stands for: equity, opportunity, leadership, and unity. We want to send this message to our youth and future leaders. Your voice matters, your dreams are possible, and our community belongs to you. So in closing, the Abel de Luna Community Center is now a living tribute to a trailblazer, mentor, and champion of Healdsburg. It is our hope this center will continue to be a place where diversity is celebrated, where all are welcome, and where the spirit of service lives on. So on behalf of the City of Healdsburg and my fellow council members, thank you for joining us in honoring Abel de Luna and celebrating the continuing legacy of our community center. Thank you. And now it's my honor to be able to introduce Supervisor James Gore. Where is he?
Hey everybody, good morning. Hey, hola a todos, buenos días. Hey, lo siento, soy un güero gringo, pero voy a intentar de hablar un poco en español, ¿ya? Porque esta es nuestra comunidad, right? Estamos creciendo. No nos importa de dónde naciste, de dónde llegaste, de dónde viajaste. Si estás aquí en la comunidad, somos familia, ¿ya? We're here because we're family. So what I want to just say is that first and foremost, muchas gracias Abel Jr. Encantado de estar aquí con ustedes, and it's such a pleasure to be with the City Council. We are here, the County of Sonoma is here for one reason, and it's to support what we have here right now. Mi colega, Rebecca Hermosillo, supervisor from the Sonoma Valley area, round of applause. Adriana Burrell, a dear friend who also, her family were the bodyguards for Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta hace años. And the big reason that we're here able to not donate, but contribute and invest $500,000, $500,000 to phase 1 of this center reopening is because of Marcy Flores, Amy Ramirez, de Corazón, y del Fundación de Salud del Condado de Sonoma del Norte. Lo siento para mi español, tengo muchos errores, pero hay que intentar. No hay que tener miedo. So what we want to say, I just want to pass it over to Marcy really quickly because Corazón and Marcy gave a challenge to me in the county. I said I want to support the work, and if we didn't have these groups with the city working in concert, we would have buildings without community, or we would have community without buildings. And so this is a beautiful moment. So Marcy, la palabra.
Thank you so much, James Gore. Thank you to the City of Healdsburg as well. This dream first was seeded and funded by the Healthcare Foundation in Providence, so that we can continue a model of community-led, a multicultural center here in Healdsburg. And through a year-long process of listening sessions with our most marginalized communities, we came up with 10 mandates for the from the community to invest in this space as a multicultural center. So we're really happy that we were able to work hand in hand with James Gore to utilize infrastructure funds for this project. Oftentimes when we work with community, we ask what does the community want, what does the community need? And we so little often follow up with action. So we're really happy that the James Gore is investing in our community and into the community that created these 10 mandates to improve the multicultural center here in Healdsburg. So thank you so much.
Hi everyone, thank you so much. Amy Ramirez from the Healthcare Foundation right here in Healdsburg. We're so excited to just see what was a dream, a vision actually come to life. You're about to see this building transform over the next few years. Healthcare Foundation is working very closely with the community and Corazón Healdsburg to make this an incredible center that's truly representative of our community, all that are in our community. So we will be fundraising. Reach out to the Healthcare Foundation if you want to contribute to that mission. Thank you so much.
And everybody, you know, as this government, we always got these big checks, los cheques grandes. Tomamos un foto. Here, everybody come on up, please. Council members, mayor, Señor Abel, if you want a photo con el cheque grande. Es tu nombre, no es mío, en el cheque. Oh, good. Get right in the middle. That's for you.
This camera first, please. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep smiling for these other photographers. Good? All right, now give me one big wave, guys. Big yeah. Big yeah.
Okay, hey, muchas gracias a todos ustedes, bien amable. Adelante nomás. Everybody, please help us raise money for this. $500,000 is the start. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
All right. One person here today who, without his support and leadership, our city manager, Jeff Kay, in the audience, it's my pleasure now to introduce Abel Jr., Mr. DeLuna.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor and esteemed city administration and council members. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how humbled my family and my father is by this incredible event and moment. And I'll let him, I'm not going to steal any of his thunder, so I'll let him talk about that later. Pero eso es un orgullo increíble. La verdad que estamos muy agradecidos con la ciudad de Healdsburg y todos ustedes. Nuestra familia, mi familia, tanta familia que veo aquí, que hace mucho que no los veo, y me da mucho orgullo, casi me dan ganas de llorar de ver tanta gente, y de ser parte de esa familia y de esta comunidad. Para nosotros es algo, bueno, nos hace sentir muy, muy bonito, y muchas gracias por estar aquí y por acompañarnos. We've got some really wonderful guests here today, as I'm sure you know, and it's my honor to introduce some of these folks to you. Our first guest that's going to speak is someone that, well, like I said, it's an honor for me, and I say that with total humility. She's a distinguished public servant who represents the Consulate General of Mexico in San Francisco. Her commitment to diplomacy, advocacy, and the well-being of Mexican communities throughout Northern California makes her presence here especially meaningful. Please join me in welcoming Consul General Ana Luisa Vallejo.
No me queda un poco alto. Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here today. It is an honor to speak with you about something deeply important to me, Mexican leadership. Powerful influence of Mexican culture in the state of California. Healdsburg, like so many towns across California, has been shaped and strengthened by the hands, hearts, and voices of the Mexican community. From agriculture to education, from business to civic engagement, Mexican leaders have played an essential role in building not only local economy, but shared identity. We've seen this leadership in the vineyard workers who rise before the sun, whose labor support world-class wine industry. We see it in the local entrepreneurs opening restaurants, markets, and businesses that bring flavor, creativity, and jobs to the town. We see it in the young students becoming the first in their families to attend college, and in their parents, educators, and advocates who lift up next generation. El liderazgo mexicano no es solo sobre abrazar una posición o un título, es estar para la comunidad. Muy bien. Es tener esta visión de compartir con todos nuestra cultura, nuestras raíces, nuestra pasión de ser mexicano. Les agradezco a todos por este honor de estar aquí, por compartirlo con ustedes y por ustedes estar siempre atentos a sus raíces y a sus valores mexicanos. Muchísimas gracias a todos y los felicito por este momento tan importante para toda la comunidad mexicana, para esta región y para California. Muchísimas felicidades. Gracias por su atención.
Muchas gracias. Un aplauso fuerte, por favor. All right. You know, our next guest really needs no introduction, but she absolutely deserves one. Dolores Huerta. Whoa, this thing almost fell forward there. Excuse me. Dolores Huerta is a legendary civil rights activist, co-founder of the United Farm Workers Union alongside Cesar Chavez, a lifelong champion for justice, dignity, and equity for all. She's empowered generations of workers, women, and youth through her advocacy, her organizing, and her words. Si se puede. We are beyond honored to have her here today. Please join me in welcoming Dolores Huerta.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everybody. I am so honored that you invited me for this naming ceremony today. Naming, of course, in terms of your great community representative here, Abel de Luna. This is really, he represents to the world what, yes, people of color can do, what Latinos can do, you know, because he has given all of his life in service of the community. And the reason I am here, not only to honor him, but also, but as you all know, I was the co-founder of the Union Farm Workers with Cesar Chavez, okay? And right here in Healdsburg, we signed our second contract with the union, our first contract with the wine companies, okay? Christian Brothers, right here. So this is very historic. And as I am meeting so many of you, and I have seen all of the work that you have done, this really shows the world, shows the entire world what we can do as Latinos, no? What we can accomplish. And not only Latinos, but I'm going to say people of color, because I have met some of your other representatives that have been elected to office. And this is so important. We know, number one, let's give a big applause for all the farm workers that have been out there picking picking the grapes that really make this area famous, no? We know that I remember negotiating those contracts, and the per ton, the grapes were hundreds of dollars a ton, But you know, the workers were not always benefiting from that. With the union contracts, they were, and because of their work, because of the work that the farm workers did, then you have the kind of a community that all of you have built here in Healdsburg. So give yourselves a big applause, all of you. So the naming of the center for Mr. De Luna is not only something that is, you might say, a reward, but it is something that should be honored and respected, because he exemplifies this is what we can do. And he has shown the world what we can do. And we know that this is not the end of his career, no? Because he's going to keep doing even more, right? He's going to keep doing even more. And there are so many firsts. In addition, I mentioned the first wine contract that we signed here with Christian Brothers, but the first bilingual radio station in the state of California was right here in Healdsburg. Right here. I know Alita Sanchez is here in the crowd. You know, she was one of the beginners, and she's still there doing the work. We have also Mr. Molina from KPFA, La Voz, okay? You know, so we have so many things to celebrate here today, and I feel so honored that you invited me. And we know that, yeah, we have built a foundation, but this is just the beginning, because we have so much more work to do, no? Yeah. Especially in this time that we are in right now. We are in a very difficult time right now. But it's okay, we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it because we're together, we're united, and whatever it takes, we're going to hang in there. Oh, and I just want to mention one other thing, too. As part of my talks that I've been giving, people in the South, our black brothers and sisters in the South, are asking us to help them because, you know, some of the corporations have removed their diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, which is wrong because they're talking about us, right? When they say they're talking about us being included in what they do. So they have asked us to boycott Target stores. Target, okay? If you haven't heard about that boycott, I'm bringing it to you for the first time. It's easy to do. All you have to do is just don't buy there. Don't buy there. The other thing is they are, as you know, making a lot of cuts to Medicare, education, the support for our disabled children, the kind of funding that this center is going to need, right? And so we are fighting for that. We know that the votes are going to be in the Congress starting next week. So we're asking people also to, maybe if you want to do a one-day fast, one day, have a press conference, let your Congress people know that we've got to fight those cuts, okay? Because those cuts are going to hurt our children, especially our children with disabilities, okay? So we can do that. Because that's what Mr. De Luna was all about, right? That's what he's all about. He's about action, not words, no? Acciones, no palabras, no? That's what Mr. De Luna has shown all of us, and I just want to thank him because he was there at the very beginning, helping support the workers to get their contact their Christian Brothers, and so I want to thank him publicly for all the work that he has done in the past and all the work that he has done and what he's going to do in the future. Unas pocas palabras en español, nomás que estoy aquí para celebrar este día y nombrando ese centro al señor De Luna, porque es una persona que lo merece por lo que ha hecho en el pasado y yo pienso de lo que va a hacer también en el futuro, ¿no? Porque su trabajo no está terminado todavía. Y él es ejemplo de lo que se puede mirar, que la gente campesina puede llegar a unos niveles más altos en el trabajo que ellos hacen, no solamente para los trabajadores, pero también por la comunidad. Y también les estamos pidiendo a toda la gente, como están haciendo estos cortes en el Congreso, que si pueden hacer un ayuno económico. Muy fácil. Estamos pidiendo a la gente que no cumple en la compañía Target Stores, porque ellos han quitado sus pólizas de incluir a personas como nosotros en lo que estamos peleando para ser incluidos, ¿no? Y también para llegar a ese nivel, podemos decir, de igualdad, ¿no? So, también estamos haciendo mi organización la organización Dolores Huerta Foundation, estamos haciendo unos ayunos también a personas que ayunen por un solo día para que no hagan esos cortes que van a ser para educación y para Medicare y Medicaid, el dinero para nuestro programa de salud. Y ese dinero que viene del gobierno federal también iba a llegar aquí a este centro. Entonces tenemos que seguir peleando, estamos en unos tiempos duros ahorita, pero no nos vamos a vencer. Así, siguiendo el ejemplo de los trabajadores del campo, que trabajan tan duro, y mirando lo que sí se puede lograr con líderes como el señor Abel de Luna, que sabemos que se puede. ¿Sí se puede? ¡Sí se puede! Les voy a hacer una pregunta, dos preguntas, ¿ok? Les voy a pedir a todos ustedes quién tiene el poder, y yo quiero que ustedes digan nosotros, ¿ok? ¿Ok? ¿Están listos? ¿Quién tiene el poder? ¡Nosotros! ¿Quién tiene el poder? ¡Nosotros! Y vamos a usar el poder que tenemos nosotros para seguir la legada del señor Abel de Luna y hacer nuestra comunidad más fuerte todavía, ¿no? ¿Podemos? ¿Qué decimos? ¿Qué decimos? Sí se puede. Muchas gracias por esta invitación. Gracias a todos ustedes. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, un aplauso fuerte, fuerte, fuerte. Dolores Huerta. Unbelievable. Geez, that's, it's just, there's moments in your life when you're just very touched and moved, and this is certainly one of them. As was mentioned earlier, my name is Abel de Luna Jr., and I may be the luckiest person here today. Not only because I get to share this extraordinary moment with all of you, but because I share the same name of the man we're here to honor. You know, I was born and raised here in Healdsburg. HHS class of 93. Go Hounds! But today I stand not nearly as the man of the hour, but as the proud son of someone whose legacy now belongs to this entire community. It is with deep pride and gratitude that I speak to you today about someone truly remarkable, and yes, I'm biased, okay, I'll admit it. But I can say without hesitation that my father, Abel de Luna, has lived an incredible life y ha logrado cosas extraordinarias. Like so many immigrants from Mexico, he came to this country with humble beginnings and big dreams, hoping to build a better life for himself and his family. But with little English and limited resources, he worked in the fields, like many of us, as a migrant farm worker. But even then, he held on to a vision, not just of personal success, but of service. Through hard work, sacrifice, and an unshakable drive, he built his own businesses in just a few short years. And through those opportunities, he lifted not only our family, but our community. In addition to his public service in Healdsburg, as Healdsburg's mayor and city councilman, he was a founding member of the California Human Development Corporation, El Porvenir Credit Union, the Mexican American Political Association, or MAPA, the charter in Sonoma and Napa counties. He helped launch Clínica Ole, which is now one of the most important healthcare providers for farm worker and immigrant families in the region. He served on the Metropolitan Transportation Committee and worked as a community aide for the Federal War on Poverty Project. This man, who began as a field worker, became a political advisor, campaigner, and a voice for change. He supported and worked on campaigns for Congressman Don Clausen, Governor Jerry Brown, Governor Gray Davis, and even Robert Kennedy's presidential campaign here in California. And, naturally, right, this led to a career in Mexican music and entertainment and broadcasting. That's the standard blueprint, I think. Right, as my dad would say, claro, right? His actual media journey actually began here in Healdsburg. What started as a small Sunday morning radio show on KREO quickly evolved into something a lot bigger. That radio show he used to promote La Luna markets and other local events, and he was able to bring legendary performers like Jose Alfredo Jimenez, Cornelio Reina, La India Maria to the Avon Theater, which is not too far from where we are today. He saw a need for cultural celebration, and he met that need with music. And even though I was just a little mocoso running around at all these concerts and being kind of a brat there, I know, believe it or not, but it's true. I was running around these stages. My father always made sure that I knew the importance and how important it was to witness and be a part of those events. He went on to found Luna Music and Luna Management, discovering and producing iconic groups such as Los Caminantes, Los Huracanes del Norte, Sonora Tropicana, El Tiempo, Los Carlos, Banda Arcángel R15, Banda Los Lagos, among many others. And eventually Luna Music became the first Mexican music label to originate in the United States and operate in Mexico as well as in the US. As a promoter, he worked with countless international stars such as Juan Gabriel, Lucha Villa, Antonio Aguilar, Cello, Ramon Ayala, Vicente Fernandez, Jenny Rivera, and many, many others. He was one of the founding members of Promotores Unidos USA, and he's currently the treasurer of that organization. In 1993, he launched Moon Broadcasting, beginning with KRRS, La Máquina Musical here in Santa Rosa. That station eventually grew into a group of 15 stations all across California and the state of Washington. But beyond the stages and radio waves, my father never stopped doing the small things that made a big difference. In addition to offering jobs and opportunities through his businesses, he helped people file their taxes, translate official documents, navigate city and government services. He believed that helping others wasn't just good business, it was simply the right thing to do. He built bridges for families who started just like he did, con sueños, pero sin apoyo. He saw an opportunity not for himself, but for all of us. He emphasized to myself and to my siblings and to everyone who would listen that going to school and educating ourselves was of utmost importance in life. And if we were going to make the most of ourselves, that was the path we had to take. Now, I had the privilege of working with my father for over 20 years, and I watched his impact. I learned from his example, and I'll be honest, I tried my best just to keep up with his energy. Today, I'm honored to stand here as part of this historic moment in Healdsburg's story. To see the name Abel de Luna on this community center is not just a tribute to what he's done, it's a reminder of what we can all do when we lead with vision, generosity, and heart. Please welcome, and please help me in welcoming, my padre, my mentor, and my hero, Abel de Luna.
Gracias, amigo. Wow. No sé cómo comenzar. Primero, quiero dar gracias a Dios, porque este es un día muy importante para mí, para mi familia y para todos nosotros. I want to thank God for being here with us, being with me all the time. And I also want to thank the City Council of Healdsburg. Mayor Mitchell, that is here, I thank you very much. Vice Mayor Harry, Council Member Kelly, Council Member Edwards, and Council Member Hagel. Thank you. City Manager Jeff, Matt, and all the city staff that really work hard to put this together. Gracias a la ciudad de Healdsburg. Algo muy importante. Gracias a la señora Dolores Huerta. Estamos haciendo historia y su presencia este día ha sido muy importante. Cuando le comentaron y le invitaron que estuviera presente, no lo pensó dos veces. Dijo, allí voy a estar. Y aún con problemas que ha tenido, se encuentra con nosotros. Una persona importantísima en nuestra comunidad. Una heroína. Una mujer luchadora, guerrera, triunfadora, que ayuda a nuestra gente y a todas las causas. Gracias, señora Dolores Huerta. And I met Dolores Huerta when I helped organizing all the farm workers in Napa County, and we put together the first contract with Christian Brothers Winery. And she was the one who came here to sign that contract. And we have a big celebration para el primer contrato de campesinos en el Valle de Napa. Una persona, a really good friend of mine, he was going to be here and then he had an emergency, but I want him to know that I remember him. His name is Jerry Edinger. He was a mayor before me. So I learned from him how to be a mayor. He was my mentor. He was my hero. Jerry Edinger from Healdsburg. Gracias. Quiero agradecer a mi familia, que somos muchos, de Lunas, López de Yucaya, Saldívares, varios. Gracias por estar aquí este día tan importante. Quiero darle gracias a mi hermana Amelia, que por aquí está, que ya no puede caminar, pero se vino. A mi hermana Alejandra, mi hermano Nicolás y su esposa Socorro, que no pudo acompañarnos. A Susi, que siempre está con nosotros. Mis hermanos que ya fallecieron, Jesús, Gregorio y Lucía, que ya no están con nosotros. A mi primera esposa Emilia, que por aquí está, que me dio 3 hijos, muy guapos los 3. Mi hija Yesenia, mi hijo Abel y mi hija Cristina. Y mi hijo Abel me dio una sorpresa hace como 10 días. Después de 20 años que terminó la universidad, volvió a la escuela y se acaba de graduar con un Master Degree in Education. Eso merece un aplauso. A una persona que ha sido muy importante en construir todo esto y que me ha ayudado, la señora María García, y la conocen como la española. Gracias, María, muchas gracias. Y algo importantísimo, this is only happens in Healdsburg. Healdsburg is making history. Healdsburg elect me is the first mayor mexicano, the first Mexican mayor in Healdsburg about 46 years ago. And today, we're making history in Healdsburg. Today, we're making officially the first government building, the Abel de Luna Community Center. Only in Healdsburg. And I hope that all the cities and other members of the councils, members of involved with politics, they also get a recognition with a building or a street or something on their name. Hay gente que no me conoce muy bien y quizás conozca los últimos años que he hecho y que gracias a Dios económicamente me ha ido muy bien y no piensan que sufrí. Pero yo siempre desde niño fui campesino. Tenía 3, 4 años y ya trabajaba en el campo. Y algo muy importante que tengo en mi memoria, 5 o 6 años en el rancho de La Leona, Zacatecas, México. Y me acuerdo un día que mi papá se había venido a trabajar a Estados Unidos, no había mandado dinero, mi mamá no sabía qué hacer y un día la vi llorar. La vi llorar porque no tenía comida para darle a sus hijos. Y ese día yo dije, tengo que trabajar, tengo que luchar para que mi familia y yo vivamos mejor. La familia se movió a Juárez, Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, across the border from El Paso, Texas. Después venimos a California, a Calistoga, llegamos con mi hermano Jesús. Trabajé 2 años, más o menos, en los campos, piscando y piscando y podando las viñas, las uvas, piscando tomates en Dixon, piscando lechugas en Salinas, y al final del año piscando peras en Ucaya. Y ahí aprendí, y ahí lloré, porque trabajar 10 horas, 8 horas, 15 horas en el campo no es fácil. Y ustedes la mayoría lo saben, que hay que sacrificarse y hay que trabajar muy duro para que nuestra familia tenga que comer. Healdsburg tenía películas en español los martes, y un día vinimos a ver las películas con Susi, que venía manejando de Ucaya. Y llegamos temprano y me senté en la plaza de Healdsburg for about 2 hours, and I felt in love with Healdsburg. Healdsburg became part of me. So I had the opportunity a couple of years later, 3 years later, that I bought an empty building and I opened up the famous La Luna Market in Center Street. A couple of years later, el Abel Theater, que enseñábamos películas en español y en inglés, and the Abel Theater in Sonoma County was the first theater to show Rocky before any other theaters in Sonoma. Un día, el Mayor Bill Lucius, Mayor of the City of Healdsburg, he went to my store and he invited me to be part of the Citizens Participation Committee. That was my first involvement with politics in Healdsburg. When elections come, I decided to run for city council. There were 7 participants for 3 positions. I ran not because I think that I was going to win. There was no opportunity. And that time, probably 95% of citizens of Healdsburg were not Spanish people, not Mexican people. There were only about 5% of Latinos or Mexicanos at that time. So I put together a very good campaign. I put together a committee of friends para que me ayudaran so we can really run a good campaign. Abel de Luna Committee for City Council. And then I walked door by door to introduce myself, to tell people that I wanted to be on the City Council. Because I didn't want to be the last one on election day. I took my daughter Yesenia with me. She was about 3 or 4 years old. I was afraid to go by myself. So I took Yesenia, I introduced myself to people, say I'm here, I want to be on the City Council. And then they said, this is your daughter? Yeah. Oh, how cute girl. Y yo decía, qué bonita amiga. Y todavía está bonita. Ella fue la culpable de salir electo al City Council. Election day, big surprise. I got elected to the City Council. Didn't believe in myself. Like today, I'm not believing that there's going to be a building on my name. And then, in 1978, the City Council and the City of Healdsburg elected me mayor. Today, I'm receiving the honor to have Healdsburg Community Center be named Abel de Luna Community Center. And this not only belongs to me, it belongs to all of us. This is something. This is history. This is Healdsburg making history. Y como persona, cuando te va bien, cuando triunfas, cuando logras cosas, normalmente no lo haces solo. Aprendes de otra gente. Otra gente te ayuda. Y yo conocí gente muy importante en ese tiempo. Líderes chicanos que luchaban por cambiar las leyes. Y tuve mentores como Luis Flores de Napa, que era un ingeniero de la Universidad de Berkeley y después abogado. George Ortiz de Santa Rosa, que fue importante en esta comunidad. Aurelio Hurtado de Napa. Y un amigo que se encuentra con nosotros aquí, Cándido Morales, que juntos trabajamos, y su papá Juntos organizamos una de las corporaciones más importantes que aún existe, que se llama California Human Development Corporation, y yo fui el segundo presidente de la mesa directiva. También tuve la oportunidad de conocer los líderes chicanos de aquel tiempo. Conviví con César Chávez, aprendí de César muchas cosas, de un líder de Los Ángeles de nombre Bert Corona, de un otro líder de Los Ángeles, el famoso Dr. Ernesto Galarza, y uno de Nuevo México que aprendí cosas, que se llamaba Reyes López Tijerina. Y este día, como es muy importante, y estoy muy orgulloso, muy contento, porque aquí se encuentran con nosotros algunos políticos latinos del condado de Sonoma, y quisiera nombrarlos para ver si los saludamos. Y a esta señora que acabo de saludar y que le di un abrazo porque hizo historia en el condado de Sonoma. La primera mujer que ganó como supervisora del condado, Rebeca Hermosillo. Silvia Lemus, Vice Mayor de Cotari. Silvia, looking great, señora. Samantha Rodríguez, City Council de Rohnert Park. Andrés Márquez, City Council Member de Cloverdale. Y el supervisor que nos dio $500,000, James Gore, que nos traiga otro chico. Un amigo que conocí hace como 3 meses y que lo quiero mucho y lo admiro mucho porque está muy activo en la comunidad, ayudando en todas las formas. Se llama Herman Hernández, de la organización Los 100, que es increíble. Herman, eres un chingón, te quiero mucho. A la cónsul de México que ya habló hoy y que para nosotros y para mí es un orgullo que se encuentre aquí esta tarde. Otro amigo que fue mayor de Healdsburg, José Jiménez, no sé si ya llegó, pero lo saludé, pero él hizo algo muy importante en Healdsburg. También quiero dar las gracias a los músicos, artistas que van a estar con nosotros, los muchachos, miembros de Arcángel R15 y miembros de la banda Los Lagos que nos están acompañando otra vez. Y este es mi mensaje final. This is my message to everybody. We gotta get involved. Tenemos que envolvernos con la comunidad. Tenemos que ayudar en organizaciones. Tenemos que correr para puestos públicos. Trabajar para el gobierno, porque ahí es donde se hacen las leyes que ayuden a nuestra gente, que ayuden a nuestros hijos a que tengan mejor vida, que ayuden a nuestra gente que viva mejor. Gracias, City of Healdsburg. Thank you, señora Mayor. Gracias a todos, les agradezco y disfrutar este día tan especial. Abel de Luna Community Center. Que Dios lo bendiga.